Nvidia has officially resumed sales of its advanced AI chips to China, marking a significant turning point in the global technology landscape. After months of uncertainty and speculation, the world's leading AI chipmaker is once again supplying its cutting-edge hardware to one of the largest and fastest-growing tech markets on the planet. This move reverses strict US export controls that once cut off Chinese tech giants from the world's most powerful AI hardware, leaving companies scrambling for alternatives and slowing the pace of innovation in China's booming AI sector. The announcement made in July 2025 signals a potential shift in US policy and hints at a new phase in the global race for AI dominance. It's a decision that has sent shockwaves through financial markets and boardrooms worldwide, as investors and policymakers try to anticipate the next moves in this high-stakes rivalry. Nvidia's GPUs are the backbone of modern artificial intelligence, powering everything from ChatGPT and autonomous vehicles to scientific research and advanced robotics. This decision is a major development in the ongoing US-China tech rivalry, with implications that reach far beyond the semiconductor industry. The US now allows Nvidia to sell a modified but still powerful H20 chip to China, a calculated compromise designed to maintain Nvidia's market presence without handing over the absolute cutting edge of American technology. These chips are slightly less advanced than those available elsewhere, but they still represent a huge leap forward for Chinese companies. For Nvidia, it's a chance to reclaim billions in lost revenue and re-establish its dominance in a market that had been slipping away. The company's stock has surged on the news, reflecting renewed investor confidence and optimism about future growth. For China, it's a critical opportunity to fuel ambitious AI projects, accelerate research, and close the gap with Western competitors. Chinese engineers and researchers are eager to get their hands on the latest hardware, hoping to drive breakthroughs in everything from language models to smart cities. The chip war has defined US-China relations for years, with each side vying for technological supremacy and global influence. Every decision in this arena has ripple effects across industries, economies, and even geopolitics. The previous ban was meant to slow Beijing's progress, forcing Chinese firms to innovate or seek alternatives, but it also left many projects stalled and facilities underutilized. Now, with the reversal, questions are swirling. Was the ban ultimately hurting American business more than China? Did it risk ceding market share to competitors from other countries? Or is this a strategic pivot to keep China reliant on US technology, even if it's a step behind? By controlling the flow of advanced chips, the US may be seeking to maintain leverage while still benefiting economically. The world is watching to see how this decision will reshape supply chains, corporate strategies, and the delicate balance of power in the tech world. Companies everywhere are reassessing their plans in light of this new reality. The future of AI is at stake as nations and corporations race to secure their place at the forefront of innovation and influence. This story is about more than microchips. It's about power, competition, and the shifting dynamics of a world increasingly shaped by artificial intelligence. As the next chapter unfolds, the stakes have never been higher for the future of innovation, global leadership, and the technologies that will define the decades to come. To truly grasp the impact of recent developments, let's take a closer look at the key players shaping the global AI landscape. Nvidia, which started as a company focused on gaming graphics, has transformed itself into the driving force behind the AI revolution. Its powerful GPUs are now the backbone of artificial intelligence, powering everything from self-driving cars to advanced research labs. Their H20 chip, specifically engineered to comply with strict US export regulations, is less powerful than its banned siblings. However, it still outperforms most alternatives available on the market, making it highly sought after by companies needing advanced AI capabilities. China, with its vast population and rapidly growing tech sector, was once responsible for a quarter of Nvidia's data center revenue, highlighting just how important this market is for the company's global business. Major Chinese tech giants like Alibaba, Tencent, and Baidu have long relied on Nvidia's cutting-edge chips to power their cloud computing platforms and fuel their ambitious AI research projects, driving innovation across the country. Losing access to the Chinese market was a significant blow to Nvidia's bottom line, yet China's immense scale and its determination to lead in AI make it a market that no global tech company can afford to ignore for long. The relationship between Nvidia and China is one of deep mutual dependence. Nvidia needs China's vast market for growth, while China relies on Nvidia's advanced hardware to stay competitive in the global AI race. The introduction of the H20 chip and the resumption of sales to China are the result of both sides searching for a way to keep business flowing, even as political tensions and fierce technological rivalry persist. Ultimately, it's a strategic compromise born out of necessity, reflecting the complex and ever-evolving relationship between technology, business, and geopolitics on the world stage. The resumption of chip sales follows a period of intense U.S. restrictions. In 2022, the Biden administration banned American companies from selling top AI chips to China, aiming to slow China's tech progress. Nvidia immediately warned of losing up to $400 million per quarter in China sales. Chinese firms scrambled for alternatives, stockpiling older chips and investing in domestic AI accelerators. The ban created a vacuum, threatening Nvidia's dominance and fueling China's drive for self-sufficiency. In 2025, the US tightened controls further, banning even Nvidia's lower performance chips. Nvidia's China business faced near total shutdown, and US tech companies argued the policy was hurting American interests. The strict ban forced a tough conversation. Was the US isolating China, or just harming itself? By cutting China off, the US risked creating a powerful, independent competitor. The long-term threat, China could eliminate its dependence on American firms entirely. The July 2025 reversal wasn't random, it was the result of intense lobbying and shifting realities. US tech leaders argued that broad export controls were costing billions and accelerating China's push for independence. Reports showed lost jobs and weakened innovation as US companies lost access to China's market. High-level meetings and economic dialogues led to a new approach: focused restrictions on tech with clear military uses, not a blanket ban. The US now allows commercial AI chips below a certain threshold, aiming to keep China one generation behind, but still reliant on American innovation. The new policy is managed engagement, not total denial. It's a tacit admission that the previous ban was unsustainable. The goal balanced security with economic imperatives. Right after the policy shift, Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang made a high-profile trip to Beijing. His mission: relaunch Nvidia's business in China and reassure major customers about the H20 chip supply. Huang met with leaders of Alibaba, Tencent, and Baidu, aiming to rebuild trust and secure large orders. The visit was a bold act of corporate diplomacy, signaling Nvidia's commitment to China despite political tensions. In the US, some lawmakers criticized the trip, arguing it prioritized profits over national security. Nvidia found itself balancing shareholder interests with political scrutiny at home. Huang's visit highlights how tech CEOs now play a key role in geopolitics. For Nvidia, re-entering China is critical for growth, even if it means navigating a political minefield. Nvidia's return comes as China's chip landscape has fundamentally changed. US sanctions were a wake-up call, supercharging China's push for semiconductor self-sufficiency. The government invested billions in local talent, research, and chip fabrication. Startups like Byron Technology and More Threads have developed domestic AI chips, improving rapidly. The US ban gave these efforts a protected market to grow and mature. China is also investing in its own chip manufacturing equipment and software, aiming for a complete ecosystem. The drive for self-reliance is now a top national priority. Nvidia is re-entering a market determined to replace it. Chinese firms will buy the H20 now, but keep investing in homegrown alternatives. The long-term strategy: use Nvidia's chips today, but build the capability to go independent tomorrow. Nvidia must now compete not just on performance, but on trust and long-term value. Among China's competitors, Huawei stands out as Nvidia's biggest threat. Once a telecom giant, Huawei has pivoted to AI and chip design, pouring resources into its Ascend series of AI chips. The Ascend 910B is now a credible alternative to Nvidia's products, with major Chinese firms ordering large quantities. Huawei's advantage: a high-performance, locally made chip free from US export risks. Huawei has also built its own software ecosystem, CAN, to rival Nvidia's CUDA and lock in developers. This makes the competitive landscape tougher for Nvidia. No longer the undisputed king, it now faces a state-backed rival. Chinese companies must now choose superior but politically risky Nvidia chips or slightly less powerful but safer domestic options. That choice will shape the future of China's AI hardware market. Nvidia's return to China is a pivotal moment with global consequences. This move not only marks a significant shift for the company itself, but also signals a new chapter in the ongoing tech rivalry between the world's two largest economies. In the short term, Nvidia will see a substantial revenue boost as Chinese firms rush to secure the H20 chip, eager to power their AI ambitions and keep pace with global competitors. This surge in demand highlights just how critical Nvidia's technology remains for China's rapidly growing tech sector. But the long-term outlook is far more complex. China is determined to reduce its reliance on foreign technology, investing heavily in its own semiconductor industry. Nvidia, while currently a key supplier, is also a target for eventual replacement as China accelerates its push for tech independence. For now, Chinese companies will use Nvidia's advanced chips as a bridge, leveraging their power while simultaneously pouring resources into developing domestic alternatives. This dual-track approach is shaping the future of China's tech landscape. The recent US policy shift signals a move toward managed competition rather than outright containment. It's a delicate balancing act, aiming to protect national interest while still allowing some level of global tech exchange. As a result, we may soon see two parallel AI worlds emerge, one led by US technology giants, the other by China's rapidly advancing homegrown stack. Each will develop its own standards, ecosystems, and innovations. Companies and countries around the world may increasingly have to choose between these spheres of influence, aligning with one side's technology or the other's, and navigating the risks and opportunities that come with each choice. While Nvidia's return to China temporarily bridges the divide, the underlying drive for self-sufficiency on both sides remains strong. Both nations are investing billions to secure their technological futures. The future of AI will be shaped by this ongoing dance of competition and collaboration, as nations and companies strive to lead in the next era of innovation. The stakes are high, the global balance of power and technology hangs in the balance, and the decisions made today will echo for years to come. We're witnessing a defining moment where tech rivalry is reshaping the world order. The Nvidia-China story is more than business. It's a window into the new reality of global competition. Policymakers face a dilemma: restrict too much and spur independence, or allow too much and risk losing an edge. The H20 chip is an attempt to balance engagement with security. Will this strategy work long-term? Only time will tell. The race in AI and semiconductors will define this century just as the space race did before. What do you think? Should tech giants be free to trade? Or should governments build higher walls? Your answer will shape the future.